We have a super special guest on tonight's episode of Galea Kills Everyone. We're going to go ahead and play her in for you here.
And empowered by the sword. I almost felt that.
Yes, folks, it's Giganta, the gigantiest of gigantic ladies, and she is here to kill the manager. She is bigger than big. She is taller than tall. She is ready to fight the right and break jaws. So let's dive right into it here. As you can see right away, Giganta's #1 physical feature is the fact that she is fucking huge. You, or rather me, I'm going to assume 5'10" here. She's about the size of a small water tower, so that's going to affect the fight in a couple of different ways. First off, she does do a lot of damage if you stand too close to her. She's brawling, which does mean that she is capable of being countered, so she's susceptible to counter game. But again, damage, ass whoopings. So make sure your mitigation is on point before you play counter game with her. It's just a good idea. It's always a good idea. Now, she does have a few different special attacks. That's one of her signature moves right there. She'll pick up a giant boulder and throw it at you. That's pretty much what it does, is what it says on the box. I picked up a giant rock and threw it at you. It hurts. Get out of the way if you can. She summons ads constantly throughout the course of the fight. There's also robots in the background. One of those may occasionally wander over, but for the most part, none of them are too tough to deal with. There's not really a situation where you can get overly saturated as long as you kind of deal with them when they pop up. Her other big attack style, she does have an AoE attack where she will telegraph an area on the ground and then a giant energy blast will appear inside of that area. She also does this double stomp thing. See that big ring in the back there? That's the energy blast I was talking about. And then here in a moment, she'll boop, and yeah. SWAT. You just don't want to be wherever that red ring was when it hits. You should be fine after that. She does have one other really neat signature move. It's basically source energy I-beam destruction. She'll stare at you and it hurts. You want to move or you want to block, one of the two. I believe it does track to a degree, but not to an insane degree. So as long as you dodge roll out of the way, you should be fine. But again, mitigation, mitigation, mitigation. That's the key here. Giganta is basically a solid mid-carder. She's not on the calculator bot end of difficulty, but she's also not a complete pushover like Ultraman. So as long as you have a decent character build, make sure you stay on your mitigation, follow the #1 rule, stay mobile or you will die. You should be fine. Usually I go into the character's personal history way earlier than this, but to be frank, Giganta's kind of a mess in more than one way. Her personal history is a little convoluted. It really depends on if we're talking about pre or post-crisis Giganta here. In one version, she's a archaeologist who ends up discovering magical powers, and that's how she ends up running afoul of the Wonder Woman family and all of the Amazonian girls. And in another version, she is literally a gorilla with some stunning cosmetic surgery who eventually gets the power to change herself to different sizes. Grow to a ridiculous proportion. Absolutely gigantic. But yeah, there she is, folks. She is Giganta. She is everything it says on the box. She is the manager's worst nightmare, and she is in your town. She does have counter feat associated with her, and the other nice thing when you beat her, 8 marks and a large treasure box. Yep.
Bigger than big, taller than small, quicker than quick, stronger than strong, ready to fight all right, against all. Giganto!
I almost
Giganto! Giganto!
And that's all she wrote, folks. Tune in next week for another adventure with Galea Kills. Stay safe, Hit that like and subscribe. You have a good night.